Hey Facebook, how you doing tonight? I just got back from Houston, had a great TLC regional convention, was very motivated to come home and finish some research I had started. I actually came across this information I'm going to share with you tonight because I was looking up stuff about inflammation. I had a really great thing happen to me with the TLC products. It's a whole nother live video, and I'm blogging about it right now on my website. But one of the things that I ran across was why people can't lose weight, what increases their ability to lose weight, what increases or decreases inflammation, and it all has to do with detoxing. Okay, now obviously I'm in a company. We sell an amazing detox tea. Okay, but I'm here to talk about the subject of detoxing in general, and I found out some really interesting information. My education is in psychology, so it's not like I'm a doctor or anything, but I do go to very good sites. I love Johns Hopkins site. I love the University of Maryland, things like that. Really good medical sites, okay? Because I don't want to just go off of Joe Blow's blog. I want to make sure that my information is accurate and correct. So I'm here to talk to you about detoxing, okay? The importance of detoxing goes way beyond what I imagined, all right? Now, I'm going to try and keep this short because, I'm kind of an information junkie and I love to, load my brain full of stuff. And, I'm a total nerd. So, I like to research things. So, like I said, in looking for stuff for answers to my back problems and things like that, and I found this out. Okay, so I want to start to share it with you. Obviously, in our country, obesity is a huge issue, okay? It's huge. A lot of people suffer from chronic disease, cardiovascular disease because of obesity. Children, what is it? 70% of kids between 2 and 19 are currently considered obese in the United States. 35% of the adult population is considered obese. And like I said, it leads to chronic disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, musculoskeletal, try and say that 3 times fast, disorders, hormone imbalances, cancer. Like, it goes on and on and on because we're not supposed to be fat, okay? In other things you've heard me say, I believe our bodies were created to regenerate themselves. They have the ability to heal themselves. The problem is we don't do anything to nurture that. We tend to be, people who want to satisfy our need for sugar and things like that. And, people, it's killing us. So here we go. I have tons of notes because there's no way I could possibly memorize all of this, all right? So you'll see me looking down a lot, but I have a very good list of notes here that I want to follow, okay? A lot of people want to lose weight, and they come to, they've seen that I've lost weight, and, they've seen my team lose a lot of weight. I've got friends that have lost 50, 60 pounds. I lost over 30. They want to know how, and they want to dive in and do it. And, after this research, I think I'm going to advise people a little bit differently. Basically, a lot of programs that you go to, they'll put you on a reduced calorie diet, and they're going to cut fat, and they're going to cut, a lot of the junk food that you're eating. But that's all well and good, except when your body starts to lose fat, the fat is what holds toxins in our body, okay? Toxins are lipid friendly, which means they like fat. They run to the fat cells. They run to the places in our body, and even some of our neurological cells hold a lot of fat, and so therefore they hold a lot of toxins. And so the best thing to do before you want to go and lose weight is to detox, okay? You're going to want to do something that's gentle. Of course, I'm going to tell you that my ISO tea is the best, but I'm going to get to that later, all right? I'm going to tell you why it's important to detox first before you start the fat loss portion of your weight loss, okay? Bear with me. So much good info. Okay, research, let me find where I'm saying this. Okay. The best way to detox is, number one, through your intestinal tract. Okay, it's very important to clean out your intestines, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But it's also important to clean out your liver. You need to do a liver detox. The main function of the liver is to process nutrients. Okay. Hey, Debbie. And to process the nutrients that have been absorbed by your small intestine. That's what your liver does, mainly. It does a lot of things, but in this situation, it absorbs the nutrients that were taken in through your small intestine. The liver's bile also aids, hey Wendy Shell, also aids in digesting fat. Okay? Two big deals, okay, that have to do with just the regular function of your body. Okay? Research continues to show links between exposure to environmental toxins and syndromes that encompass fatigue, muscle weakness, cognitive dysfunction, neurodegenerative diseases, and several other types of cancer, okay? That's kind of a big deal. And as a result of all these toxins and pesticides and parasites and environmental things that we have floating around in the air, heavy metals, pesticides, drugs, industrial compounds, food additives, okay? Our foods are full of, medicines and things like that. Some of the things that happen is as a result of all those toxins, environmental and stuff that we do to ourselves by eating too much junk, our body can't function the way it's supposed to. Your liver is like, excuse me, there's too much in your colon, okay? That's really how it is. I know I said the S word. I apologize. But really, isn't that what we're talking about tonight? Okay? We're talking about that. But I also want you to know the importance of detoxing to get rid of all that, okay? The small intestine is where 90% of our digestion happens, okay? The other 10 happen in your stomach and your lower intestine, okay? That's great. But if 90% of our digestion is happening there and the liver takes the nutrients from that small intestine, your intestines need to be clean in order to work at full function, correct? Okay, this makes sense, right? Everybody with me? Can I get some like thumbs and happiness? Yay, that's right, Wendy. Okay, the nutrients are absorbed through the intestinal walls into your bloodstream so they can be delivered all around your body, okay? So it makes complete sense. This is basic anatomy. Most disease starts with a toxic colon. That's why it's really important, especially before you start losing weight, okay? Before you start losing fat. The bottom line is colon diseases like IBS, colitis, chronic, I can't think of what that thing is called, Crohn's disease, things like that. Those kind of things start, and disease in your colon leads to premature aging, cancer, inflammatory bowel disease, things like that. It all conglomerates, okay? So it's all intertied. Our entire body is intertied, but I'm just talking about your colon and your liver, okay? Your bowel function, such a fun topic to talk about, isn't it? Don't you want to discuss poop with just everyone? Your bowel function, constipation, diarrhea, and many of the diseases are made worse when we don't function properly. Things don't clean out completely, okay? All of this processed food that we eat, the environmental junk, it builds up. It's metabolic waste, okay? Basically, that's fecal matter, people. It's a nice way to say fecal matter or poop, all right? All builds up on the inside of your colon, okay? And it blocks the ability for your body to put the nutrients through the small intestine into the body, and it blocks the liver from doing its job because there's not a whole lot for it to do. You know what I'm saying? When your liver is working at complete function, it will take the toxins in your body and it will make them into harmless molecules and it will be flushed out, okay? It'll be flushed out of your body. It's like I said, it's anatomy.